Hey guys, Pen1979 here. Just going to bring to you guys today a first look and slash walkthrough on the EGO newest brushless motor for 2023. So this is the LM2114. So this is the base model of EGO mowers. So this is the first entry level, and there is a sale right now in Canada at Lowe's and Lowe's affiliate. They have like $134 off, which is pretty nuts for EGO. So it's about 15%, which is crazy compared to Ryobi, which they don't have any sales right now. So it's the same price as basically a 20-inch Ryobi, and same price for something that is a little bit shorter, more compact, less features. And yeah guys, so just wanted to show you guys the first look and slash walkthrough. So let's go ahead. I have the bag installed. I'm gonna go mow my lawn afterwards, maybe make a first mow video or something. So but yeah, first of all, let me show you guys some of the improvement that they made on this versus previous models. So this is only from what I can see on the internet. So let's start with the cover. All right, look at that. The cover is just, it's holding up on its own, and it's big and just easy to eject the battery. And if you just want to take the battery off, you just pop it off, pop it back in there. No problem. You just close it back and it closes and it stays there. So that is a major quality of life improvement. And I'm going to show you guys a little comparison afterwards, but let's just finish the walkthrough on this one. So you have your classic EGO for the rest, the folding mechanism for the arms. So let me just show you guys that. Let me just fold up the lawnmower right now just to show you guys. So basically you just flip those two tabs here, click, click. You just compress that, and it's a nice tight fit, so you can close it back. You flip that, you go forward, there's a stop. You press it again, go forward, it locks. And now if you take off the bag, click like so, and I already did a little bit of mowing, so might be a little bit of stuff in the bag. So now you can store it vertically, and this is why I wanted something like this, because of the vertical storage. I cannot tell you how huge this is for me having vertical storage. So let's look underneath while we're here. So let's look at the blade that's installed. So let me show you guys that real quick. Click. So they have what seems to be like a high lift blade on there, and this is super smooth. When it's turning around like that, it is so smooth. Look, let's see how much. It's almost like a propeller blade or something. This is so smooth. Can't do that with my old brushed Ryobi. So yeah, this is nice. So the thing is, which I'm wondering, is if you can do a conversion on this one to be able to convert it to twin blades. So that would be amazing if you could do that. If there's a conversion out there which you can turn it into twin blades, that would be really amazing. But yeah, so this is how you can see underneath. So not much improvement there versus other mower, unless you guys see some things that I don't. So like so, let's go back, click. So putting it back together, pretty simple. You just flip the tab here, click, 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 bring it back, and it passes the first tab, so there's no detent to lock it in. When you go on the other side, there's a detent here that you need to press again to be able to fold it completely, so it doesn't slam down, and you have to hold it. So, but on the other side, it just locks automatically. So for me, I like to go 1 inch lower. So you got 3 adjustable position. You got super low for smaller people. You got medium, that's perfect for me. I'm 5'11", and you have higher for somebody that's above 6 feet, I'm guessing. And this is gonna be perfect. So let's just undo that, and I'll show you guys. Since I'm 5'11", I want to show you guys how it does for me. All right, so let's see how it does for a mower on the highest position. So I am 5'11". So on the highest position, look, this is, my arms are a little bit upwards, so it's not super comfortable. So let's go to the middle position. And this is just perfect now. My arms are resting, nice 90 degrees, and I'm just This is super comfortable to push. If I go lower now for a lower person, so now my arms are downwards, so not at 90 degrees, so that's not super comfortable. So good thing there's multiple adjusting position on there, so you can mow from multiple height, it adjusts to different people. What else we have? We have a multiple adjustment position, and I'll show you guys that in a different view. We'll measure how the position is, but you have a lever, quick lever adjustment for multiple positions. So you could basically just, use it from 1 to 7. So you get super low. So that's 1.25 inch. And let's go high. And I like to pull on the mower a little bit to assist it to go up, especially for the last level. So just like that, super easy. So you have also LEDs on this one. So you have small LEDs right there for at night. So I'm gonna get some night shots in the future for you guys if you like to mow at night, if you're that type of person. But yeah, guys, so let's do a little sound test now. So let's start off with the Ego. So like I said, the microphone is gonna be on me right here. So same sound from different mowers. So pressing button. Soft start, soft close. So let's see for the Ryobi now, right? So this thing is super quiet. Whenever the Ego is super quiet, whenever I tried it in the first time, I mean, I was wondering if this thing had any power or something. So this thing was so quiet. So let's go with the Ryobi. So I'm gonna have to pull out the piece of plywood here so we can hear it on the ground. And the mowers right now are at their highest position. They're both at their highest position, right? So this is the maximum height. So the cutting height is gonna be around 4 inches or 5 inches or something. So let's try the Ryobi. All right, now let's go back on the Ego. So much quieter on the Ego personally than on the Ryobi, so super quiet. So now guys, why do I have this piece of plywood here on the ground? This is gonna be for measuring the mower height, so the maximum and lowest settings on each mower. So alright guys, so let's measure the maximum height for the Ryobi. So this is a 18 volt 16 inch deck, so compared to a 21 inch deck, it's not, the size, it's not going to be there. But let's see the height. All right, I want to see how high it cuts at the highest and at the lowest. So for the Ryobi first, so the highest from where I can see is about 3 inches. So this is from this here, the inside. It's not, so this is going to be the deck height. So it's about 2 3/4 inch. So from what I can see here is 2 3/4 inch from the deck. But actually the blade is going to be recessed on top a little bit, so it's going to be different. But let's just see the deck comparison. Now let's go at the lowest position, and let's see at the lowest position. So this is 1. So let's see how high this is. So that's going to be, for the deck height, it's going to be about 1 inch. So 1 inch for the deck height. So now let's go for the Ego. Let's put the Ego on there. And it barely fits my piece of plywood. So, and the Ego is so smooth. The bearings on it is so smooth. So, all right. So this is the highest position for the Ego, guys. So hopefully you guys will see that. So this is the highest position. So the Ego on the highest position for the deck height is about 4.5 inches on the deck height. So yeah, about 4.5 inches on the highest settings. So let's go for the lowest settings, and let's see the lowest settings. So this is the lowest setting, guys. The lowest settings on the Ego is for the deck height again. So this is about 1.5 inches. So this is the deck height. So this is 1.5 inches on the deck height. So this is about what you could expect for the Ego. For it says 1.25, but you know, there might be a little bit of variation there, here and there, but otherwise it's good enough for me. You know, if you're gonna mow an inch or less than an inch, then you need a different type of mower. So, but yeah, guys. So the Ego LM2114 first look. So this thing is pretty quiet, surprisingly quiet, and it's just easy to adjust. Especially love that you don't have to this is not spring loaded anymore, so you just open it up. Feels a little flimsy, but hopefully it'll last. So the door feels a little flimsy, but hopefully it'll last. The bag is pretty cool too. So let me show you guys the bag size difference between the Ego. So I was a little bit surprised when I saw the bag difference between the Ego and the Ryobi. So the Ryobi for a 16-inch is pretty big also. So it's a pretty big bag. So, you know, if we look at it, the Ego is flaring out a little bit on the back side of it. So it's flaring out, and compared to the Ryobi, which is getting narrower. So, but the Ryobi, for whatever size lawn I have, is pretty good. But you can see the entrance here is pretty much almost the same. So, which is kind of, you know, since it's a 16-inch deck, you can see the entrance, and the size is just. But the volume itself, the volume of the two bags is not as big as I thought, you know. There's not that much of a difference. So let me just raise them both so you guys can see that. So the volume on the Ego is a little bit more, of course, because it's larger, but the overall volume, I don't know if it's how much more, if you could save yourself, you know, 5 or 6 passes before you need to empty the bag. But yeah, it's going to be bigger. It's going to be make sure that I can mow without, you know, changing the bag too often, or between. It's going to allow me to have a couple more passage. And since it's a 21-inch deck instead of 16, and it is brushless, it's going to run longer on single charge. But I could do my entire backyard and my front yard with the Ryobi. So I'm guessing with the Ego, I can do probably my front yard, my backyard, and probably a couple of neighbors' front and backyards also. But maybe I'll do a video like that in the future, and I'll test it out, give out some free mow, and just see if how long the Ego can last, and how many yards I can do before before I run out of juice. But yeah, guys, the LM2114 from Ego. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick first look video. So now I'm gonna go mow my lawn and just enjoy it. So, but yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoy. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It's always appreciated. Catch you guys on the next one.